Okay, it's that time again. I'm ready to switch out my makeup. It is June, I think 5th today. So we're almost officially in summer, and this is the everyday makeup drawer I've been working out of for spring. I have a little doggy here keeping us company, so if you hear some little groans, it's coming from her. So obviously, after, a couple of months of digging through this, it's a little bit of a mess, but this is what I've been working out of. This is my project pan stuff. Now other things have found its way into this container, but I always keep project pan items here, and then everything else is my sort of shop my stash items. So I'm going to put all this stuff away, and then we're going to refill it with some new things to play with for summer. Okay, so we have an empty drawer. So here, as I said, I have my project pan items and just like things that I use every day, like my powder and my little City Beauty, anti-aging treatments. So the drawer is ready to be filled with some new items, and I have a few things right here on my desk. So starting out, these are some things that I had gotten in BoxyCharm that I'm wanting to play around with. So I've got this little blush palette from Voss. It looks like this. So these are powder blushes. So these I've been playing around with a little bit, but not as much as I'd like. So those are going to go in the drawer for at least the first part of summer. It's early summer now. It's not even technically summer until the 21st of June. So I may do this again before the end of the summer season, but this will give me some good, a good range of powder blushes. I've also got this tinted lip balm from YC collection that I got in a BoxyCharm. This is in the shade Smoothie. It's just like a soft pink with a little bit of shimmer in it. It's just a tinted lip balm, and that's really been my preference lately. So I've got these two items here. So I've got this iconic London eyeshadow palette that I'm really excited about. I've used it once, but I want to get some more use out of it, obviously, and I think this is going to be a good summer palette. And then I've got this cream blush from Rose Inc in the shade Heliotrope, and it looks like this. Actually very similar to that tinted lip balm in terms of the shade. So those are all going to come in. Now, starting with my Lippie drawer, I have a lip gloss in my project pan. I'm really focused on that right now because it's specifically a shade that I like to wear in the summer. Plus, I've got that tinted lip balm. So I'm also going to grab this lip gloss from Give Them LaLa. It's a little bit more of a peachy lip gloss, so it's a really different shade than the other two Lippies that I have so far that are definitely more on the cool pink side. So I'm going to pull that in. This one I haven't worn in forever, but this is one of my favorite lipstick formulas. It's the Colourpop Lippie Sticks. These feel so similar to me to the original Urban Decay Vice lipsticks in their Comfort Matte, and I have the shade Aftershock. It's a really nice pink, so I'm going to pull that in. I'm also going to pull in this Smashbox lipstick. This is the Be Legendary lipstick. I think this is like old packaging, but it's in the shade Power On, and it's a really fun like orangey red that I really only wear during the summertime. And I also wanted to grab this Smashbox one. Again, this is like limited edition packaging, I think, and this is in the shade 9 to 5. It's a fun like hot pink. Looks like that. It's a really fun kind of Barbie pink. I'm also going to grab this e.l.f. lip balm. It's in the shade Rose. They don't make these anymore, but it's an SPF 15, and it's this sort of rosy color. It's well loved, as you can see, but it's actually almost gone, so I'm wondering if I could use this up this summer. It's a good summer one, obviously, because it's got the SPF in it, but it's also just a really comfortable formula, and I'd like to use this up. It's probably expired, but it still smells fine and looks fine and doesn't, feel weird on the lips or anything like that, so I think it's still okay to use. And the last one I'm going to pull in is this one from Rare Beauty, and this is their Dewy Lip Balm in the shade Blessed. And it's this sort of corally pinky shade. Again, it's like a tinted lip balm. I'm really digging this type of formula right now. Okay, down here we've got blushes, bronzers, highlights, and there's a couple in particular that I had in my mind that I wanted to pull out. First up is this Ofra On The Glow palette. So this is the Ofra palette. It's so beautiful. There's so many highlights and so many bronzers and one little blush over here. So this is one that the bronzers are like a little bit on the deeper side for me. This is a good time of year to be using this because obviously I have a little bit more of a tan. in the summer than I do the rest of the year. So I'm going to pull that one in. It's not actually going to go in the drawer because it's enormous. So that one I'm probably just going to keep on top of the vanity here. The other one that I was thinking about that I hadn't used in a long time is this Bronzed in Paradise palette from Ace Beaute, and it's this little powder bronzer palette. It's got a nice little range. It also works really well as eyeshadows if I just need some neutral brown eyeshadows. And I was also thinking about this Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo. This is a blush and highlight in a cream formula. Really, really beautiful. Haven't used this one in a while. I can't remember what got me thinking about this. I think I saw somebody use it in a YouTube video and I was like, oh, I have that and it's so pretty. I also wanted to pull in this Wander Beauty highlight. So this is the Catch the Light highlighter and Glowtion. So this part is like a lotion highlight that works really well on the body. You can use it on the face as well, but it's nice on like the shoulders and the collarbone. And then this is like a highlight stick right here. So I haven't used this one in a while, so throw that in. That gives me like a couple of cream highlight options, and there's tons of powder highlights in this Ofra palette here. I also was thinking about my Fenty cream blush here. This is the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush in the shade Petal Poppin'. This is just a fun pink. It looks a little rough because it's well loved, but this is just a fun pink blush. I thought that could be a nice option. That gives me like a good range of blushes because I've got this palette here, I've got this one, I've got these two, plus there's a blush in there, so that should be good for that. Lots of bronzer options, lots of highlight options. So down in here I've got like my concealers and my primers and my foundations. This drawer is a mess. All my drawers are a mess, so sorry. It is what it is. In here, so I have a foundation that I'm working on in my current project pan, but that's one that I typically wear more during like a no makeup type of day. It's a little bit more light coverage. And this particular foundation, so this is the Anastasia Luminous foundation. I have the shade 230N, and this is a little bit on the dark side for me. So I'm going to put this in my Shop My Stash because what I'm doing is mixing this with other foundations in my collection that are a little bit too light for me this time of year. So I'm going to bring this one up sort of front and center, and then I'll mix it with whichever one I feel like that day. I have my Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum in my project pan, so I'm not going to pull in any other primers and really focus on this one. Okay, so over here I have my small palettes, my liquid shadows, and my sort of special shadows. And I actually picked up the Urban Decay Moondust shadow in Space Cowboy. I'm really excited about this. I bought this and then I have not used it, but look how sparkly it is. I'm so excited. So I'm going to pull this in. And I'm also going to grab this one from the Beauty Crop, and this is in the shade Fudge and Cinnamon. So there's like a matte side and like a coppery metallic side. So this is a good sort of easy eyeshadow day combo. So I'm going to pull that in. I have a few palettes in mind. One of them is this Alamar palette. I haven't used this one in a while, but it's a great summer palette. Looks like this. Really fun colors, really rich mattes, and then really beautiful shimmery metallics. I also thought it would be nice to bring this one in. I got this as like kind of at the end of summer last summer, so I didn't get to use it as much as I would have liked, but I think this is so beautiful for summer. This is the Violet Voss Sunkissed Summer Palette. So gorgeous, so stunning, so many pretty colors. Definitely like this bottom row is my wheelhouse. So I think I'll get a lot of use out of that. I feel like I tend to bring in the same palettes every summer. Like I always grab this Pure Festival palette. It's got like neutrals and then like a couple of pops of color. I feel like I bring that one in every year. And then I always bring in this Ace Beaute Scarlet Dusk palette, you know, like I'm trying to grab, like I always grab the Anastasia Riviera palette. I'm trying to grab some different ones to give myself a little more variety because I tend to go back to those same ones every summer. The other one that I haven't used in a while is, where is it? The Colourpop So Jaded Kathleen Lights palette. This has so many fun options. I think there's a lot I could do with this, and there's so many colors in here that I don't even know that I've used. Like, look at this gorgeous color right here. I've never touched that. I don't even think I've used this amethyst one. So I think that could be really fun. So I've got quite a variety of products here. I'm going to arrange them in the drawer and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so I got everything in here and I feel like there's like a weird amount of room right here. So I pulled in a few more things because why not fill the drawer? I grabbed this Sophia Mabelle eyeshadow palette. This is the Flirt With Me eyeshadow palette. I brought this with me to the Bahamas and I thought this is like a fun little summery palette and I thought this would go well with that. This is the Ace Beaute Glimmer shadow in the shade Cotton Candy. It's just like a peachy, fun little topper eyeshadow. You know, I've got a lot of palettes with these types of colors in there, so I thought that could be nice. It could even be nice layered with this copper one. So we'll put that in there. And then I grabbed a couple of my liquid shadows because I do try to put a couple of these, at least one in every Shop My Stash because some of them are drying out. So I have Stila in the shade Coral Crush, and I have this Essence one. This is the Metal Shock Shadow. It's just the gold one. What's it called? Solar Explosion. So I thought we could put those in here and kind of fill up that section. So this is how it's looking now. I've got my Project Pan items. I've got the Wander Beauty highlight there, the Anastasia foundation, the Ace Beaute bronzer palette. I've got 3 eyeshadow palettes there, lippies here, blushes here and here, and some sort of special eyeshadow things. And then up top here, I have the Ofra palette and the So Jaded palette, just because if I put them in the drawer, they go like way in the back and then I forget to use them. So I'm just going to keep them on the top of the vanity and hopefully I'm going to remember to use them because they're right there. So this is how that's looking. Really excited to play around with these things for summer. Excited to kind of refresh things. It was feeling really summery for a minute there. We had one day that was like 37 degrees and then the last couple of days it's just been super rainy, and I think all week it's going to rain and be 10 degrees. But I'm going to channel all of the summer vibes and hopefully the weather starts to cooperate. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you enjoyed while you were watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye.